It's terrible. It's terrible. So some people think you shouldn't joke about Auschwitz. I have a friend, a comedian from England, who made a joke about Auschwitz last year. He got in a lot of trouble. It was a big deal. It was in the newspapers. He lost jobs. And at one point, Auschwitz tweeted about it. It said Auschwitz with a blue check. So it was like, oh, cool, it's really them, you know? And they tweeted like, that's not funny. And I don't know. I mean, who's running the social accounts? Why is the death camp tweeting? Who is it? I got a summer job at Auschwitz. I run the Twitter. Because people have different reactions to terrible things, you know? Some people think comedy helps. I don't think it helps. It doesn't help. Like, I remember one time, there was people, you remember during the Iraq War, I don't remember which one, but it was one of the Iraq Wars. And somebody was organizing through the USO some comedians to go to Walter Reed Medical Center and visit wounded soldiers in their hospital rooms, which is a terrible, it sounds nice, but it's a terrible idea. They don't need a comedian like, hey, where you from? Fuck you. You know, it's not helpful. And I wasn't even anybody. I wasn't famous, but I did it. I was like, I'm volunteering. I fucking hate that me so much, you know? But I did it. And I remember we're at the hospital. It's a very serious place. It's an army hospital. And the army doctor is giving us a briefing about the soldier that I'm about to go in and see. He says, this kid's name is Travis. He's from Iowa. He's 20. He was in Baghdad on patrol and somebody threw an IUD. And I mean IED, sorry. It wasn't an IUD. It's not an effective weapon, really. Huh. No. That's funnier than the actual joke, unfortunately. But I'll go on. It was an IUD. IED. Fuck. Fuck. It's an improvised exploding device. You know, it's like a bag of ammonia with Canadian pennies in it. And they strap it to a Nokia flip phone and, you know, that's what happened at Travis. So the doctor says he's been in surgery for 20 hours. He's about to come out of it. You're the first face he's going to see. So can we get his mom to open for me, maybe? This is a bad idea. So I asked the doctor, I said, hey, what do I fucking say to this kid? He says, here's what you don't say. He said, don't say, how you doing? And they tell you that. If you visit a trauma patient, don't say, how you doing? It's stupid. So, okay, I go in there. Travis is laying there. I'm like over his bed. It's obscene. I can't say, how you doing? So I said the only worst thing. I said, what are you gonna do now? Anyway, that's what happened with Travis. But, you know, people's reaction to terrible things is different depending on, like, some people, you know, try to, like, I saw a store and on the door it said no. So if we're gonna use those words, look at the person first and try to guess if they're that kind of person. It's tricky teaching your kids right from wrong because people disagree about right and wrong in such big numbers. Like millions of people think that abortion is wrong, and millions of people think that abortion is great. So that's confusing. Personally, I don't think, here's what I think. I think you should get an abortion, right or wrong. Right or wrong, you should get one. You should get as many abortions as you can. I think you should try to get a lot of abortions. And here's why, because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the nurses and the doctors and the dumpster guy, everybody gets a job. They need to work. How's he gonna feed his kids if you don't kill your kids? That's what I'm saying. We're all in it together. Abortion is a big topic right now, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade, we all know what this was. Roe versus Wade, it was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion, and Wade was the baby, I guess, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I never found out who Wade was. I'm just guessing that's the baby. But anyway, now we need to make laws in place of that. Every state has to make their own law about abortion, and they need to listen to the people. And I think the American people, on average, want the same thing. Most Americans want the same thing. They want abortion to be available, but just keep it down a little bit. You know, yeah, go ahead, but don't be like, woo-hoo! Like, just, you know, take it easy on that. Take it easy on that, that's all. So we need a law that kind of gives you that. Here's what I think the law should be. You can get an abortion any place, anytime, but you have to eat it. I think because that'll make you hesitate a little. Fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. I'm just trying to come up with something that makes everybody happy. It's a tricky subject. Some people have very extreme opinions about it. Some people think that condoms are murder. Some people think contraception is murder. If you put a condom on, you stop the sperm from getting to the egg. You killed and murdered a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Stay out here and deal with it before I come in and buy it. I saw a store with a sign once and it said 92% of our products are responsibly sourced. Just don't put anything. That's not high enough to brag. 92%. That means 8% of their clothes are like, you don't even want to know how we made this shit. It was a bloodbath. When we made that shirt, we just ripped the back off the Honduran kid that was working there. Some things that are terrible happening in the world, you just kind of give up. Like in New York, there's a lot of homeless people. I mean, there's a lot of homeless people here. I mean, not in here. There's none in here. There's none in here. There's none in here. Not even with a ticket, he ain't getting in here. They're not allowed to go where we go. They're just not allowed. That's the one part we all agree with. I don't know what to do about the homeless, but they're not coming in here. If you don't have your own indoors, you can't come into other people's indoors. Those are the rules. Those are the rules we live by. I've done benefit shows for homeless people where homeless people weren't allowed in the show. There's whole places they don't get to, like the airport. They've never even seen an airport. You never been at your gate and some guy's like, hey, I'm trying to get to Tokyo. Can you help me out? But they're everywhere. I mean, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Homeless people are just standing outside at intersections with a sign that says, help, I'm on fire. But you can't, you're in a white BMW, like, sorry, I can't. There's glass here. I don't know how to help you, And in New York, you see them everywhere. You walk through them, and you got to make choices, because you can't help all of them, and you can't help any of them. So you choose who to lie to. I don't have it. No, I don't know things in any of my. I'm sorry. Like, there's this homeless guy who lives. He doesn't live anywhere, but by definition, he is at large. But he's often seen on the corner by my house. That's where he is every day. That's where he reports to nothing every day. And I walk by him every day, because I go to the same store every day. I go to Claire's. I don't know if you know Claire's. It's a children's jewelry store. I go in there every morning, buy a handful of rhinestone earrings. I run home. Anyway. I walk by this homeless guy, and every morning he goes, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" I go, "Okay." I give him $5. And then on the way home, like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Hey, man," he doesn't remember, which is fine. But I don't want to give him another $5, because I only have a few million. I don't know why. I should. Clearly, I should. I don't know what makes me go like, you had your $5, young man. What am I gonna spoil him? Give him the fucking money. Like, if you never saw one before, you'd be like, why the fuck do you have that everywhere? It's this polite religion, honor thy mother and thy father, because it's just weird. But I love this image. I really do. I love it. I was raised Catholic, and I look at it all the time. Every time I walk by a church, I go to look at their Jesus, because they're all different. Every Jesus is a little different. Sometimes Jesus is suffering, and sometimes he's just like, well, I really got myself in a noodle this time, boy. Sometimes it's just a cross. Like, oh, fuck, where'd he go? Jesus got away. I was in a Korean church once. I went to a Korean church, and they had a Korean Jesus. Korean Jesus with the... Don't get mad. How would I know? It was a Korean Jesus. I can't say Korean Jesus and do nothing. It was a Korean Jesus. Well, usually Jesus has blonde hair and blue eyes, which he didn't have, but that's who won everything, so they get to draw him. The truth is Jesus was black, but that's rare. It's rare to see a black Jesus. Hey, man, get me the fuck down from here, whatever. Black. I don't know any other Jesuses. Gay Jesus. No, I'm not going to do this. All right. Anyway. The point is, everybody wants Jesus to look like themselves, and that's why I don't like that he's always skinny. He's always fucking perfect. Bothers me. I've never seen a fat Jesus. Never one time. So he's just a fat Jesus, just like... with like 10 nails in each hand. He might have been fat. I'll tell you what Jesus was not, is Korean.